Test 1 2 test 1 2 test. Hopefully it's going to start in a minute. Okay, so let's get started. Hello, everyone. Not sure if anyone has turned up yet. I can't see too much of the stats going on at the moment. Okay, right. I think we're there. I think we are live. So I did see some stats then. Forgive me if there's because this is my first LinkedIn live, and there are some factors with it that make it a little bit tricky. If you are watching, please write in the comments where you are from and where are you based right now? Where do you live right now? Right, please write in the comments, and we will get started in a few moments. I will begin in just over 1 minute time. So feel free to write in the comments where you are based, and we will get started right there. So a lot of people that really should be based in the US, perhaps based in Mexico, perhaps based in Chile, perhaps based in Australia, it's unlikely that anyone is based that's watching from the UK and in Europe because it's a bit too late for over there at the moment. But yeah, please, please feel free to write in the comments and yeah, tell me. Oh, nice. Thanks, Jose. Say in Brazil. Very good. Well done. Well done. Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. Oh, very nice. Oh, nice guys. Well done. Well done. We've got one that's based in PA. Which one is PA? Please forgive me. I can't remember what state that is in the US. Monterey. Very nice. Cheers, cheers, Jose. Uh, Indiana, Jose Manuel. Very nice. Great job, guys. Very good. Very good. Awesome. Awesome. Connecticut as well. Romeo. Very nice. Great job. Great job. Awesome. All right. Well, let's make a start. Let's begin this. Let's get this started. So, all right then. So, as you guys know, everyone who accepted this live is all about talking about the 4 simple steps to verbal English excellence for your career. So, let me just go through a brief outline of the of the of the webinar. So, going to talk about a couple of true stories. Then we're going to talk about the importance of English for any engineering career, but especially electronic engineering. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the most common issues that I've heard from prospects as well as clients that I've worked with. And then I'm going to go through the 4 simple steps to verbal English excellence. And I'm also going to be including the bonus pronunciation tips for all the native Spanish speakers that are here. And then I'm going to go and talk about the solution of how you can actually implement these 4 simple steps. And then we will finish off with a Q&A. So please, so if you have any questions and comments, please write them in the chat. I can see a couple of you have written already. So great job, guys. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's get started. So first things first. So I highly suggest that you stay until the end for a free bonus, right? You're going to have the chance to get free material that's going to help you get in the right start to help bump up your verbal English right away. So stay until the very end and you're going to find out how to get access to that. Okay, so the first true story I want to share is this, and because a lot of you are based in Mexico or are actually from Mexico living in the US, you'll be able to relate to this story. So an electrical engineer that I got to know quite well was based in Mexico, and he moved to the US. The type of work that he was involved in, he's in the automotive industry, right? And his work didn't really change that much. The actual work activities that he was doing didn't really change that much compared to what he was doing in Mexico compared to the US. The only big thing that changed was that he was primarily using English instead of Spanish. But what happened to his wages? He informed me that his wages increased by 20 times what they were in Mexico. Real life-changing stuff, guys. Next story. Now, this one is not going to be quite as relevant, but I still think it's a pretty powerful story. An Italian connection that I had a chat with told me about this. So he moved to the US 9 months ago, and about a month ago, he changed his job again. Right. So in the period of 8 months, he saw his earnings increase by 3.5 times what they were in Italy. And he is a senior electrical engineer. What's the main thing that changed? Well, it's the primary language that he used, as well as location, obviously. But I'm talking about the activity, right? So a big thing to think about there. Those two true stories, and I'm sure some of you can relate to them. I'm sure. Write in the comments if you have any stories that are similar to this. Um, so, excuse me. So let me summarize the importance of English for your career. As of right now, 2023, it is the most common international language professionals use, and it's very likely to stay that way for at least the next 20 years, in my opinion. I don't think Mandarin is going to become a universal language anytime soon. Perhaps it never will. So you're going to be pretty safe with improving and fortifying your English for your career. So, if you want to progress far in your electrical electronic career, it is wise to have strong English communication skills. Some examples that maybe you want to do for your career include that maybe you want to work for an international company, a big multinational company. Maybe you want to work in a native English speaking country. Some of you are already based in the US. Maybe you want to work in Canada. Maybe you want to work in Australia. These types of countries are very desirable and have very high paying wages for electrical and electronic engineers. Maybe you want to reach a high esteemed position, such as director, superintendent, chief engineer. In these types of scenarios, possessing strong English communication skills is highly recommended. Now, I want to talk about the most common issues that clients and prospects have told me up until now. So, the first thing is difficulties with vocabulary to describe work clearly and effectively. This is the most number one issue that I hear time and time again. That the problem is that you have gaps in your vocabulary. You want to say a sentence that might have 10 words in it, but you've got 2 words that are missing, and so you can't complete it, and you get stuck. Right? It's I've heard this time and time again. Being misunderstood because of pronunciation issues, that there's certain phonetic sounds that you haven't quite mastered in English. And then that causes difficulties for people to understand what you're saying. Unable to listen and comprehend what others are saying. So this can be in areas such as that native English speakers talk too fast. Maybe their accent is too thick and they change the phonetic sounds compared to what is known as received pronunciation or general US, right? Cannot communicate effectively in meetings. You can't follow what's being said, as we've talked about in point 3. And you're too concerned to make a mistake, so you don't speak. You're too passive. I've heard this time and time again. And the big one, the lack of confidence in your English to go for the best jobs. A lot of you watching probably have the technical abilities, right? But your level of English holds you back, right? to be able to get the best paying jobs in the global market. And so let's talk about what happens if these issues are not resolved with your English. So firstly, colleagues, supervisors and contractors, suppliers will be more frustrated when communicating with you in English, be irritated and frustrated, right? That you have issues communicating verbally again and again and again. Then what happens? Your supervisor will come and say, you can leave this one out. Don't worry about this one. Like, don't worry about this job. We'll take Rick. Rick will take it instead, for example. What means less opportunities will be available throughout your career. What means your salary and earnings is going to be reduced. And so over a lifetime, this is more than hundreds of thousands of dollars less earned throughout your lifetime. You're doing the same work that you would do in a lifetime, but you're not getting paid what you could do if you just optimize one area. You've got the technical skills, you just need to optimize one other area. What is that? So I highly invite everyone to contribute if everyone relates to what I'm talking about here before we continue. Okay, so let's carry on. There's certainly seems to be quite a lag. Anyway, all right. let's carry on. So before I share with you the 4 steps to English excellence, I want to go through a little bit about who am I. So my name is Simon. As you all know, I'm from the UK in the southwest of England, from a county that is called Devon in the southwest, next to counties called Cornwall, Dorset, Somerset. But currently, right now, I live in Brazil. And to answer Jose's question, I currently live in Guyana. I've been here about 18 months. Time flies. So, I also graduated with a master's degree in electrical energy systems from Cardiff University. Prior to that, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in electronic engineering. This is me with my final year project supervisor. His name's Dr. Steve Jones at the University of Bradford. That one picture was taken. And so my professional background includes electrical engineering and teaching English. I worked as an electrical engineer in the energy and manufacturing sectors. So this includes working for Schneider Electric based in Leeds. And then I also worked at a combined heat power plant for ConocoPhillips. Now it's the company that owns it is VPI Immingham. And then after finishing the master's degree, I then went on to work for a company called M&I Materials. And if you know anything about silicon carbide varistors, voltage dependent resistors, that was what the subsidiary that I worked in was involved in. So yeah, and the products were called Metrosil. So maybe some of you guys know what Metrosils are, voltage dependent resistors. Okay, what's going on? All right. So between 2019 and 2022, I taught English online to adults and children worldwide. This is a picture of me with teaching Chinese kids for a company called Bling ABC. And since 2020, I've helped dozens of electrical and electronic professionals go further in their electrical careers. I think I might move it to that one. There we go. To see it a bit better there. Okay. Right then. So let's make a start. The 4 simple steps. So what are they if you want to achieve verbal English excellence? So let's go through them. So to summarize, step number 1 is vocabulary. Then step number 2 is fluency. Step number 3 is listening. And then step number 4 is implementation. So let's go through these one by one. So the first step here, I might put it back into here. I think it looks better like this. So step number 1, vocabulary. So why is vocabulary so important? It's your foundation. It's your English foundation, so you can express yourself with ease. As we talked about before, when you have a sentence that you want to say, you know 8 out of the 10 words in English, but there's 2 that are missing. This is an issue. This is a vocabulary issue, right? So now, what are the steps that you need to do in order to overcome this? So step 1 is aim. I like to call it aim. What does aim mean? Aim means enhance your skills to find your vocabulary, right? There are more than 1 million words in the English vocabulary. You need to know how to find your vocabulary, right? Even amongst you here, you're going to have different vocabulary. And this is especially when you're talking about technical vocabulary, right? So you need to know the skills of how to find your technical vocabulary. Learn how to find the vocabulary that you use at work, right? Okay. Then, once you know how to find the vocabulary, the material, then you need to know how to capture it, right? As in, be able to record it, record the vocabulary that you're not too familiar, that's not in your active vocabulary, you're not quite sure what it means. Then write it in your own meaning in English and then create an example sentence. This will begin to start to activate, making sure that it starts to be more active, right? And finally, activate. So you want to produce the vocabulary whilst answering relevant questions. So in capture, it's you're making sentences. In activate, you're creating paragraphs, right? You want it so it's completely active, right? So you have a deep foundation in your technical and general vocabulary as well. Now, one thing that you can use is this here, right? You can use this here, okay? This vocabulary list to help you get started, right? And if you've seen some of my other material that I've shared before, I've shared quite a few freebies and goodies for you guys in the past. I shared with you a free guide on how to find and build up your technical English. So yeah, if you want that, please let me know. But one thing I'm going to share with you now, I'll put it in the chat, is I'm going to share with you a link so you can use this document right away and start to build it yourself. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Any questions, comments? Okay. So it's quite interesting, yeah. So it's quite a lag between the platform that I'm using and what you guys see, which is quite interesting. So anyway, technology for you. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. So anyway, step number 2 is fluency. So in order for you to be able to speak clearly, so that you can communicate powerfully, right? You want to first start with your clarity, pronunciation, and then your fluency, right? So what does this mean? So stage 1 in this, or step 1 in this step 1 of step 2 is clarity. Gain clarity, right? When you speak, you need to know to master the phonetic sounds, right? And don't worry, we're going to get into the valuable material for you in a moment, related to phonetic sounds, right? It's coming, guys. Okay. Now, the other thing as well is word stress. Of being able to master word stress is going to be really important for you. So it's essentially being really comfortable with knowing how to stress the correct word so you sound more natural when communicating in English. Okay. So that's clarity. Step 2 is influence. Influence meaning that you know how to put the correct stress on a word in a sentence, and then how to utilize intonation as well, so that you become a far more powerful communicator when you're using English, right? Very, very important if you want to have influence, right? Just need a quick drink. So, the next step, fluency, to implement connected speech, right? So, in this here, you are making sure that you know how to master all of the techniques related to connected speech. How do native English speakers blend the ends and the beginnings of words together, right? What techniques do they do, right? So once you understand what they are and you can replicate them, it's going to skyrocket your fluency, and then it's going to help you with the next step, which we're going to look at in a moment. Now, another thing, if you want free bonus that I want to give you, and this is not the big bonus that I'm going to show you at the end, so that's coming in a moment. This is another free bonus, guys. So if you want to have an app what can help improve your your or your pronunciation skills with the different phonetics, this one here, right? English sounds pronunciation. Okay. So yeah, this is a very, very good app. It is related to, it does focus on American pronunciation, not British pronunciation. Okay. So be aware of that. Yeah, I did come across a post today where someone claimed to have a good one for British pronunciation. If I find that, I'm going to post it in my feed. So, but yeah, this one focuses on American pronunciation. Really good, really totally free, guys. So definitely recommend you use that one. Right then, so this is the Spanish bonus, guys, right? So, speaking more clearly, the most common pronunciation errors that Spanish speakers that I have encountered time and time again. So the first one is long and short vowel sounds. This is probably number one. If you can get this sorted out, your pronunciation skills is going to improve dramatically, right? And this is the most common one is with the long the long E and the short E sounds, right? Eh and E, right? Why is this important? So let's take a harmless word like beach. Beach, right? What has a long sound, a long vowel sound. Beach, right? Now, if you mix that up with a short vowel sound, it turns into a female dog, a swear word for a female dog, if you know what that is, guys. So, um, so the tip for this is to make sure that you smile. Okay, make sure that you are smiling, right? With long, the long I sounds. E, beach, beat, seat, sheet, right? And you're going to find a lot of benefit if you focus on the other long and short vowel sounds, right? Such as with the letter U. Let's take one example, cut and cute, right? This is going to be very useful for you guys. Now this one. Now the ch and the sh consonant clusters. I've seen this be really problematic time and time again. And the s and the s and the z sounds as well. Now, how do you overcome this? So you want to use minimal pairs and rapid practice. So you start slow and then you go faster, right? So one example, if you want to have a word like cheap and sheep, cheap, sheep, cheap, sheep, cheap, sheep. Start slow and then get faster. Or chip, cheap, chip, cheap, chip, cheap. Sheep, ship, right? Ship, sheep, ship, sheep. Get faster, get faster. So you're exhausted, bored, fed up with it, but you mastered it, right? So you're probably aware of this when you're conscious about it, but when you're conversing, you forget. So you need to get it into a state of where you become unconsciously competent, if you know what that means, guys. So, okay. Now then, so mixing up the y and the j sounds. The y and the j sounds. This is really common, guys, that I've seen you do very frequently, right? Again, excuse me, I didn't. I need to. Right, I'll do this one first. Okay, the th sound. Sorry, that's an important one, right? Yeah. So the unvoiced th sounds. So that's the rabbit face, right? So how you do that, and a hack to get around doing this is to make a rabbit face, where you have your teeth covering your lower lip, right? Think, think. You don't need to use your tongue. Think, right? That's for the unvoiced. Now, for the voiced, one way I want you to think about it is to have the high five upper teeth, right? So, and this is where you have the tap, where you're tapping the upper teeth with the tongue, not sticking it out like this. You're just tapping it, right? I will unshare this for a minute, just so this, this, that, these, right? That, these. You're just touching the tip of your upper teeth to make that sound, okay? All right. Let me share the screen again. Okay, now this one, mixing y and the j sounds. This one is super common, guys. So again, the way to get around this is to make sure that you do minimal pairs, okay? And then finally, the last one, which might be quite surprising, this one is knowing how to pronounce the numbers that are between 13 and 19 compared to the numbers that are between 20 and 90, right? You guys get this, the pronunciation of this wrong. I've seen it time and time again. So a little hack for this is this. So when you want to have a word that's between 13 and 19, 13, you put the stress in the second syllable. 13, 13. And then if it's between 20 and 90, in the tens, it's in the first syllable. 30, 13, 30, right? That's a hack to make sure the listener can understand what you're saying. That's going to help you a lot, right? So I hope these tips are helpful and are going to help you step up, improving your pronunciation. But of course, you have to practice and implement and do this yourself, guys, right? You have to actually put in the work and making sure, right? You have to actually speak, practice, repeat over and over again, okay? Now, if there's any others, please write them in the comments. Okay, let's continue. Build the skills to listen to anyone so no awkward situations no longer occur. Identify where you can listen to English. Create your playlist. Complete native English listening exercises. Identify and focus on difficult non-native accents. So with this one, you want to identify where you can listen to English and create your playlists. So in this one, you want to first of all think about where can you listen to English. There's going to be times in your week where you are going to be able to listen to English, right? You're going to be able to find times in your day, right? Okay. You're going to be able to find times in your day, in your week, where your ears are free. Maybe you're doing chores around the house, like cooking, cleaning, right? You can create your so then after that you want to create your playlist, right? You want to essentially at that point you want to be creating your playlist of what songs can you play. You want to build a big playlist and you want to put it on your phone so it's easy to access, right? Let me just go here. Stop sharing a minute. So let me show you here. So a good app to use is VLC Player, right? So you want to once you've downloaded the tracks, you want to put them onto here, okay? So and then so you want to set it up so it's a case of just pressing a few buttons, right? Make it as easy as possible to listen to English, to make it a habit, okay? Then after that, you want to look at focusing on active exercises to complete native English listening exercises, right? Okay. So some of the best websites include ESL Lab, ESL Lab is one good example. Or if you Google British Council listening, you're going to find it for English. So ESL Lab is for US listening, and British Council listening. Google that, and you'll find the content on the British Council's website for you to listen to it for listening to British English. Um, Now, after that, then you want to focus on non-native. So you want to identify and focus on difficult non-native accents. So a very common, not difficult non-native accent for Spanish speakers is the Indian accent, right? So after you've got improved your skills listening to native English speakers, then you want to focus on non-native English speakers, okay? And a very good source that you can use includes listen notes, right? If you want to find a place where you can download different podcasts, that is the place to go. Okay? Listen notes where you can download a plethora. You can download, there's more than 166 million different podcasts on there. So you can search for terms such as electrical, electronic, engineering, technical, or anything else that interests you. You're going to find a huge list. You can download them. So um, you've got that huge um, list of different um, of different different content to listen to. Okay, so now the last step, step 4, implementation, to use your upgraded verbal skills in the real world. To converse, develop your skills to build better relationships with anyone. Lead and participate with confidence. Moving on to new areas with new English excellence. So let's have a look at these. So converse, right? Converse, develop your skills to build better relationships with anyone, right? So with this one, you want to, first of all, be focusing on your small talk skills. Why do you want good small talk skills? So you have the ability to connect with anyone, right? Okay. And just imagine what that is, because that's what you use. You use small talk skills to be able to connect with anyone, right? That's how strangers connect together, right? Think of if you connected with a decision maker and you built a good connection and he wants someone with your skills, invites you for an interview, you have a new job. That's the power of good small talk skills. Meetings, then afterwards, how to lead and participate with confidence, okay? So with all of these steps in place, then you're going to be ready to launch, to go into different areas. These is like the fundamentals, right, to this point here, okay? Now, some tips to help you improve your small talk skills include the following: open-ended questions and conversation threads. Okay? So, open-ended questions. So, what does this mean? Open-ended questions are open-ended questions that, whether you don't have a short answer, why and how questions are the best questions to ask. Okay? Questions that start with why and how. Okay? Conversation threads. So what this is having the ability to be able to take information from what you've been told and then make a new conversation, right? From that information. So you never run out of things to say. Powerful, powerful skills to help improve your small talk skills. Okay? So you might be wondering, so what's good is having all of these skills? How can you actually improve them? So, how do you actually implement them? So, how are we doing, guys? Well, how's the questions and comments in the LinkedIn Live? Um, very interesting. I think anyway. Um, okay, let's carry on. So, just to summarize the 4 simple steps: vocabulary, aim, capture, and activate. Right? Aim, capture, and activate. Okay. Um, Fluency. Clarify, influence, and fluency. It's in order to become fluent. Listening. Passive, active, and non-natives. In that order. Implementation. Converse, meetings, and the last one is launch. Okay. So now here your partner in the pursuit of fluent English for a rewarding career with evolving confidence. So this is the Electrotech English Excellence Program 2.0, tried and tested hybrid program to English excellence in as little as 2 months, giving constant support step by step on how to evolve your fluency, step by step tools and resources provided, access to ongoing support during and after you've finished the program, opportunity to grow with like-minded engineers. This is current and previous clients. Guaranteed to keep evolving your English far beyond the main program. So this is what's included, the 4 milestones. What focuses first of all on vocabulary, then fluency, then listening, and then implementation, conversation, meetings. And so you've got a time frame. So it's recommended in total for each week to commit 10 hours, right? So this per week, 10 hours per week. So this includes watching the content, completing the homework, completing the extracurricular activities, and then also turning up to the sessions and all. So take a screenshot of this if you want, or pause it, etc. So yeah, so the first 3 weeks is all around vocabulary. The um, then the weeks 4 and 5 is fluency, and then after that we have listening, week 6, and then after that we have conversations and meeting mastery, week 7, and week 8 is a final summary to make sure that everything makes sense and everything is clear throughout the whole program. Okay. And this is what a typical progression of what you're going to see of your verbal English is going to look like. So you're going to see that it's going to load up between weeks 1 to 3 when you're learning the new vocabulary, 4 and 5 for dealing with the pronunciation, 6 for the listening. And then by the time you get to the implementation stage, you're going to really see a huge boost in your verbal English skills. And then after the program, you're going to see, because I don't expect you to be working as much as 10 hours a week at that point, but you're going to see a slow progression and slowly increasing after the 8-week program. Okay. So to summarize all you get: lifetime access to the digital course, weekly personalized coaching sessions with me, invite to workshops during and after the program, in-depth feedback on the accountability work that you complete and submit to me, access to a community of committed like-minded engineers. This is current and previous clients that have invested in the full program. This is some of the testimonials that I have from previous clients. So you can have a look here of some of the results that some of them have gained after working with me. So you can be able to see these in my LinkedIn profile, as well as some results that clients told me in private as well. In addition to other results here, you can see here um, with the most recent one just yesterday. Um, you'll be able to check my LinkedIn profile. And another one was helping a client that was based in Mexico um, almost get his salary doubled when he found a job in Europe, or he got where he was got in total close to 102,000. That's in euros, where he was previously getting 60K in dollars. So it's almost double at the moment. I know the currency between the euro and the dollar fluctuates, the conversion, but it's more than a 80% increase. So good on him. And yeah, I helped him get to that. So final comments. This is not a course to just teach you some words and some pronunciation skills. This is a course to teach you some useful phrases and corrections. It's an opportunity to take your career to the next level. It's a real chance to get to the next level in your life you know you really want deep inside. And so here's the free bonus, guys. So this is having access to 2 lessons from the signature course. Okay. Um, so let me put the link to the course in the comments, so you can sign up right away. Here we go. There we are. There's that one there. All you need to do is to up with your email, phone number. That's it. Nothing more than that. Easy. Um, and yeah, so that material includes video lessons, as well as all of the content of what you can expect from the full premium course. Okay. And you're going to see a nice difference in your English after completing these 2 exercises, 2 lessons. Okay. So now, if you are interested in joining the full program, you can please either message me in, and you can also email me on at my email address, simon@simseng.com, and also my calendar as well. Okay. So yeah, and let me put in the links my calendar. Let me put that in there as well. So that is that. So yeah, and you can go in there and just book an appointment now to discuss about joining for the program as well. So that is it, guys. Any other? If let me have a look at the chat to see if there's any questions, any comments, etc. Um, so yeah. So this is quite interesting. I think, yeah, I can't see what's going on. Yeah, it's I think it looks like that there is an issue going on. Let's see what's the problem. So what's going on? Okay, so is it? It looks like it's. I don't. Yeah, I don't understand what's happened. There seems to be something. I don't understand. It's Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty strange. Pretty strange. Um. It just seems to be no comments after like everything that I sent. Um. It's quite surprising. So, okay. So yeah. Well, we'll leave it to that. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused, like why there's no comments that's occurred. I think there's obviously something that's happened. I'm not sure what's going on. Um, so there's no one that's made any comments, and yeah, very interesting, very interesting. So anyway, so hopefully, so people have been watching this and have got some value out of this, and yeah, but I will need to I will wrap this up. If you I'll leave this open for a few more minutes, and if anyone has any questions and comments, then please put them in the chat. And so yeah, so hopefully you've got some good value out of this. This recording should be on YouTube as well. I have set it up so it's being sent to here and on YouTube, which that should be working correctly. And so if any of you are interested in seeing the recording, then please let me know. Yeah, so yeah, I do hope you got some good value out of it, guys. I'm a little bit concerned that there's been a bit of a technical issue that's going on with using the platform that I'm using Restream, and it just which has been a bit distracting. I've noticed that there has been something wrong, and I don't see comments. So yeah, quite strange, quite strange. So yeah, but I see that there's 11 people that are watching it. So yeah, hopefully you got some good value out of it. And yeah, so and I see there's no other comments that are coming in. So um, I will leave it to that. And yeah, and so anyway, so thanks for everyone who's come today, and yeah, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to email me or message me. And as I say, the um, um, the hmm, yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you got the link for the calendar. I will just send that one more time. I will send both the links for the demo course one more time. The free demo course with the two lessons, and also the uh, calendar to discuss program, uh, the link to book a call to discuss the program. So yeah, so I'll leave it to that tonight, and yeah, I hope you got some good value out of it. I'm uh, very sorry if the technical difficulties have been a bit of a challenge. Yeah, it seems that something isn't quite right and isn't working correctly because it's my first LinkedIn Live. I can't really identify what it is. So, but yeah, we'll leave it. I'll leave it tonight. So thanks for everyone who's come to watch, and I will see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.